Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Real People Off the Record. What's going on, boys?
Same old, same
What
old.
up?
What's up?
How you doing?
Doing all right, doing all right. Same old, same old. What were you doing today?
Me, cutting grass, kicking ass, taking names.
Nice,
He
nice.
finally got a haircut.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Kind of. He got one of them cut. Look, I can see it from here.
Couple of them.
Just the one.
I spiked them back.
Yeah. As always, I'm joined right across from me, Jay just chilling.
Yes, sir.
And on the Zoom, we got It's Official Show.
Yes, sir. What up?
What's up?
And you know the way I am.
No, I don't.
Maintaining,
No, I don't.
chilling,
No idea.
trying to live life.
What
the
life?
Regular life. The real people life.
Real people life. That's
The
how we do
regular
it.
Life.
That's how we do
Not
it.
a celebrity. No.
No, we can't do that celebrity life. That ain't for me. No. So, show what we got going.
Well, this man right here was one of my first security men to ever watch my back. I met him. Jesus.
You met Jesus? Holy shit!
I met this man.
Long
I was
time.
probably a teenager.
Yeah.
I was probably a teenager when I
Wow.
met this man and realized that him and I kind of worked in the same space a couple different ways. And once I pinpointed that small ass BMW you used to drive, I was like, oh, you're that guy. And
Yeah,
to give you my Ernest, what was that? A 323?
325, 83 square body.
Mm.
325
And,
E.
and Ernest is bigger than me, not size wise. He's taller than me and he's more buff than me. So picture a personal security bodyguard that is fitting into a 325, 1983 325 BMW square body.
That's a
when
two-door, isn't
somebody
it?
come,
Isn't that a two-door?
I think his was a 4-door.
No, it was it was a 4-door.
Well, it's a
Yeah,
four-door.
his was a 4-door, but just when you picture somebody getting out the car and you trying to want to sun them, and then you're like, get the fuck out the car, Brr, get out the car, and then he gets out
Then a
and he
giant
just
steps
keeps
out.
growing and growing and growing. That was Ernest.
This
So,
is where he knows he
ladies and
fucked up.
gentlemen,
Get out the car.
one of the HNICs and the boss man of B&E Security Protective Services, my man Ernest. What's up, Ernest?
What's-
Good. How you guys doing, man? Glad
Doing
to be
well.
here.
Thank you for
You already
coming.
know, man.
Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure to meet you.
I know you've been busy lately. Like I said, we can talk about some things, but you're fresh off a fresh tour.
Yeah.
we
I've been
can,
busy.
huh?
I said I've been busy.
Yeah, we can talk about where you've been, but I also want to know where it started from. So the fresh tour you're off of is I saw you were in Detroit, Canada, New York, obviously, which you're based out of.
Right.
Where were some other cities you were in the last couple months?
Orlando, Minnesota, Milwaukee, Detroit, Arizona.
Do you care to share?
Our listeners are just like, okay, where was this tour going? Where was this tour? That's
Who,
we're trying to
who
line
was the
it down.
protective? Who was being bodyguarded because her body is oof?
Janet Jackson.
Nice.
Yes.
Janet.
Nice.
One of the
Nice.
biggest name drops in the world.
Shouts out to Janet
Yeah.
Jackson.
That's Miss Janet to you.
That's right. That's right.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
Yeah. I still
So,
love
Ernest,
that woman.
I mean, you got. I can go down your resume, and I'm pretty sure my co-host can also. Your resume, your most important person was probably me, but
Yeah.
your resume is definitely long. When did you realize that you wanted to do security work? Because I mean, again, I can tell the people where I know you from and how I met you. But when did you first know, like, this is something you wanted to do? You wanted to build your own security company.
Shoot, man. Security has always kind of fell into my lap. Whether it was during college and bouncing in bars, and I've always had this fascination. I've always had a fascination about being a bodyguard since I was a kid. It's crazy. And I took the police tests, and I have some cops in my family, and my mom was like, "Don't be a cop, don't be a cop," and I was like, you know what? I said, I'm gonna try a different angle and go into the protective service angle, and not just people think of security, they think of like the the mall cop, whatever. I wanted to
Yeah.
take it somewhere. I wanted to take it somewhere further as far as training and then being a security specialist, which is what I consider myself. Bodyguard is part of what I do, but I do a lot of everything, and that's what makes a security specialist. So I started doing this when I got out of college, and I was working in schools doing security gigs, and then finally the company I was working for, the cop retired, and I decided I wanted to start my own security company. The bodyguard part came in. That's what my angle was going towards, but somehow it went back to bars and clubs. And
Yeah.
Well, when I met you, you were security at a local nightclub in Rockland County, New York. But you were
Right.
also loss prevention at a
That's
big
right,
box
yeah.
store.
Yeah,
So
that was like my day thing. Internal investigator, loss prevention. I was a district loss prevention manager for a couple big box stores actually, and I did like the security details at night, and I was also building my business, building my brand, and you remember when we started? There was like four of us, man. It was me and my partner Bo, and we started getting calls from bars that needed security, because the thing is, in New York State, my niche was that I was going to get licensed security guards, and there's a law now in New York State where they passed this law, I think it was 95, that you had to be licensed by the state of New York
Mhm.
to provide security services at any bar or nightclub. So I decided that I was going to use that and start training guys and get guys certified, and start our company that way by saying, listen, hey, we have licensed security in the state of New York. And it kind of just
took off.
took off fast.
Yeah.
It took off
And not only just
Amen.
licensed
real,
security guys,
real
and I know,
fast.
yeah, and I know, I know Ernest is one of them, but Ernest is also one of those guys that you got to pay a little extra for because he's
Right.
licensed to carry
Well,
also. So
That's right. That's right. My training is pretty wide and vast. It's not just showing up. I've weapons training. I've done evasive driving. I've done you name it. I've really put a lot of work into training myself, in the hopes that a client would hire me.
Yeah.
yep.
Breaking into the bodyguard industry is
So
Not easy.
it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy, and you better know somebody, because even the best guys, they don't get in. It's
Yeah.
knowing somebody, and they get you in, and you do a job. Make sure you do the job right, because you're only as good as your last job. Because
Yep.
if you screw up,
Mm-hmm.
most bodyguards that are doing interviews were bodyguards.
Yep.
That's how it is. Like there's not a whole lot of loyalty in that when it comes to protecting people and their lives.
But one
Do the job.
thing that always, you and I always clicked on, even though I've worked for Ernest, after my DJ days, I've definitely been part of B&E when he needed some extra guys just for me to make some money, whatever. But one thing I love about Ernest that me and Ernest always clicked on was his attention to detail on what could happen before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's what made him, or is making him, so successful, because he can watch your back and he can make sure that you're good with the people that he sees in front of you, but he will also do his homework on certain people that might have stalkers,
Yeah.
right? Because Ernest, you and I talked about people that
Absolutely.
have stalkers, and
Absolutely.
he's been the head guy to send at concerts and meet and greets or whatever, and he's not been hands-on, so to speak, because he tells, well, you got to watch this store. I need this. I need these many people here. I need this guy here. I need this guy here. And they call him Big E the boss for a reason. He's the boss of that night, and making sure that every security detail is at a certain spot, watching a certain person, watching a certain area, and even pictures. I remember you telling me you had to give out pictures one time because
Oh, yeah.
somebody was
Oh, yeah.
stalking somebody.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's part of that's part of the everybody has this when you take on a client, and a client may hire you for different reasons. Client may hire you because they need a fill-in because they're in your town, and their security isn't up to par. The manager's calling. A lot of times clients will call me because they want me to do the background work on clients and on stalkers, and that is my forte. Like if I am with Joe or whoever it may be, I'm gonna know who your haters are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna know how they roll. I'm gonna know where they hang out. And I'm gonna tell you where you can't go if I'm protecting you. And you're like, yo, let's go to this club. That's our party. No, you ain't going there.
What you have
So
for
why?
me? What you have for me? You told me straight up a couple times. I don't think
Yeah.
it's a good idea for us to go there. And I'm
Not a-
like, come
not a
on,
good
let's go. And you're like,
It's not
no.
a good idea. Before any time with a client, we go to any after hours spots. After a concert, I've already checked that place out. I've already checked the staff out in that place. I've already run background checks on all of them. I know who's going to be serving the drinks. I know who's going to be freaking cooking the food back there. I know everything, and I'll know stalkers that may frequent certain places that are maybe interested in chasing down an Ariana or whoever. Some of these clients may have 25 freaking stalkers.
Yeah.
And they're rated differently. There's green, yellow, and red.
Yeah.
Red is like, well, they're around. Yellow is like, yo, they're trying to make contact. Green is like, wherever they go, there he is. There she is.
Correct.
Not saying nothing, So there's a lot that goes into that, like you said.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What was like the biggest situation that you had to, pretty much take care of in the situation of a green coming into one of your clients?
Oh man.
One that you can speak of course.
You could talk about
No,
the short one.
I'll tell you. I won't mention the person's name.
Okay.
But I was with this. I was protecting this rapper, and we were out in Vegas, and this rapper was there for a Hawaiian Tropic contest. He was just going to be a judge.
Okay.
Okay, at the MGM Grand.
Okay.
Like, oh, easy gig, And we get out there, and I have a person out in LA that ranks threat levels on A-list celebrities from 1 to 10. Okay. So anytime I'm taking on the client, I'll say, what's going on with this guy? So this person that I was protecting right before I was supposed to go out to LA, out to Vegas, my guy from LA called me and said, did you take that job? I said, yeah. He's like, I wouldn't do it. I was like, why? He goes, he's like a 10.
Whoa.
In other words, there's 100%. So if somebody's rated a 4, there's a 40% chance that you will be in some sort of altercation protecting that person.
Oh wow.
Somebody's rated a 2, there's a 20% chance that there'll be some sort of altercation.
Yeah.
7, 8, and so on and so on. 100 is like, dude,
Yeah.
it's not good.
And not even I know this. Me again. Ernest is like my big brother. He knows my whole entire family. Ernest. If I die before Ernest does, Ernest is told to be called by my wife to be security at my funeral. That's how deep me and Ernest go.
Absolutely.
So, but I don't even know who this rapper is. I wish I did, but
Yeah.
whatever. I thought you were
Also
gonna say
restricted.
some. I thought you were gonna say something about the short one.
No. This one was pretty bad. To the point where we checked into the hotel and there was a letter sent to our room saying so and so is going to be buried in the desert. He won't leave Vegas alive.
Oh,
Yeah, it got real. It got real to the point where when he took the stage
I'm trying to
the
put a
next
name.
afternoon, like we started. I had 3 off-duty cops that was working for me
Yeah.
out of Vegas. Okay,
Right.
and there was some rivals there that we had to get him out of there.
Colors.
And on the next jet back to New York.
wow.
While we threw him in the back of the SUV, we pulled out, and there was gunshots at his SUV.
All right, I got a couple names to mind, but I'm just gonna not even start doing it. I'm not even gonna go through the list.
I wasn't even.
But just to give y'all
But yeah.
understanding on
That's
like
nuts.
his level of
Yes.
things he does. So
And your company, I know this is a stupid question because obviously, well, I guess it's not that dumb a question. You're selective about who you take. Obviously, you wouldn't normally take a 10, especially not if you're heading into a 10's enemy territory.
Nah. Nah.
Now you're taking it either way.
nah, he won't take it. He won't take it.
I'm not taking it.
Okay.
Bottom line is that I want to come home.
Yeah,
Amen.
of course.
End of the detail, I want to come home. I got a wife, got kids.
Yeah. So you're not gonna guard 6'9" through Chicago O Block.
Nah,
that's
I'm
not
not going to walk into a freaking a hornet's nest.
Yeah, it's
Listen, you're hired to protect people. I get that, and I take that responsibility, and I would put my life on the line for any of them. But if there's something could be avoided, where it's just like, this just not going to work.
yeah.
It's just like this is a lose-lose situation. Then no, I'm not going to take it.
Was that the craziest situation you've been in? You think to date?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shots fired.
There was another.
You can name this one.
There was another one. I had to go overseas for a bombing, and I won't mention that person's name.
Hmm.
King of Wakanda.
The guy I don't like.
No,
Oh,
no.
Okay.
You'll figure it out after we're
Alright.
done.
Damn.
But that was after the fact. That was just basically taking over a security detail because the security that this person had failed drastically, and then I was called over there to basically rehire their security and
Train them.
finished.
Mm.
Yeah, like I actually had to rehire all of her security.
Wow. That's crazy.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I know you work with some people from the streets. If I may say certain people.
Okay.
People like the Jersey Shore, Mike, the Situation,
Oh,
all the way up to Janet, and can I say the short one's name or no?
Yeah.
All the way to Ariana Grande. So
Right.
you have gone from spectrums. I remember, one of the times that you started B&E with Bo, and you were like, "Yeah, man, I got this gig
I know the
this
bombing.
weekend," and I think you don't know. I think it was Missy you were going. That was like
Yeah,
one of your first big.
Missy Elliott, and Missy Elliott, Queen Latifah.
Missy Elliott, who looks
Yeah.
amazingly great.
She's
by the way.
aging backwards, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
And she got that
She
Benjamin
really is.
Button going on.
And your favorite one, Fat Joe.
Oh yeah, we love Uncle Joe around here.
Yeah.
Shut up. No, we don't.
That's Uncle Joey Crack.
Tone,
But those-
turn his camera and his microphone on. He go,
Do you protect him like an Olay, and then take it away?
Fat Joe was one of my first big
notice
clients.
I skipped over that name.
How long
I know.
ago?
But, That was a long time ago, man. It
Yeah,
was
I'm just
him,
trying to figure out what period Fat Joe is. This like crazy gangster
um,
Fat Joe, or kind of coolin' like older Joe?
Nah, he still had a couple of hits by the time things got.
yeah, he was still relevant.
Oh no,
Him,
yeah,
DJ Khaled and Rick Ross.
Maybach music.
Yeah, are three. Those were like three big ones we had like
But
back
then,
when
but
clubs were
see,
clubs.
yeah, but see, then you go from those guys, and really only one of those guys I don't like. We all know that. But then you also have New York Giants into your roster, and both of
Yeah,
these guys are
absolutely.
Giants fans. So
We're both Giants fans.
go right
Yes.
ahead.
OBJ I had from day one when he
Nice.
was a rookie.
Yep.
From his first signing. So you remember that?
Yep.
His first signing.
I hate that he's in
had
Baltimore
him.
right now.
Yeah, he's there, man.
I hate it.
And
Ernest, if he
I have-
asks you to come out here, I have a room for you. I just, I'm
hey,
here. I live 25
Hey.
minutes from the stadium. I'm here.
listen, we still talk, so that's a pretty good possibility. When he went to
You also
Cleveland, I
had-
went out there.
Nice.
Yeah, you also had
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley. Brandon
Tell him to
Jacobs.
sign a contract, please. Tell him to sign that contract.
Pennsylvania, Whitehall native.
I don't think that's gonna happen, man. I don't know.
They put another deal on the
insider
table.
Information. He just hit us with it.
They put a deal on the table, but I'll take it. I love me some Saquons,
You're
but
talking to two Giants fans, bro.
He might go to Philly
and
though.
let's-
He's
No, he
good
won't.
in
hold on,
Pennsylvania.
hold on. Let me.
There we go.
Yep, you know exactly what I'm about to say. Let me
There we go.
spoil your whole entire mood. You ready?
Who?
Jay Antone,
Go ahead.
he's a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Oh Lord. Who's
I'm,
that,
I'm okay
Saquon?
with it. As long as he's not an Eagles fan, I'm good.
I'm
I'm
just
okay with a
thinking-
Cowboys fan. I hate Eagles
He's
fans.
a Cowboys fan.
I think he's got family in Pennsylvania.
I was
so
a big
he might,
fan of Emmitt Smith,
He might pull a Philly.
Michael
move.
Irvin. I was a big fan of all of them. Michael Irvin.
Yeah, it's bizarre, man, because I've protected. I mean, I've worked for a lot of athletes. I've worked for Yankees. I worked for Mariano. I worked for
Mariano,
Judge.
yep.
I've worked for Judge. I worked for.
Isn't Judge
Ahmad
bigger than
Bradshaw
you?
was my first. What's that?
Is it-
Judge is freaking huge.
Yes,
He's
he
taller
is.
than him,
Judge is
yes.
protected.
Was he
security.
6'7"?
6'7". He makes me look like a little
Yeah.
child. I'm 6'2" and a half, and he's like.
It's not
He's
even
a
that
big
he's just
man.
6'7". He's like shaped like Arnold Schwarzenegger post
Yeah,
bodybuilding.
his hands are like freaking.
He's a freak of
I don't
nature.
know, man.
Like baseball gloves.
He is.
He's got those.
He is.
Freak of
Go
nature.
figure. Go figure. I'm a Mets fan too.
Ah.
Sorry to hear that.
I wasn't gonna get into that thing that you have with
Yeah,
my
it
dad.
It
Also,
is, man. Damn shame, ain't it? So,
I
good.
still look forward to Bobby Bonilla Day.
me too. Me too. Not gonna lie.
So did you learn any like a Krav Maga hand-to-hand gorilla, or what is your hand-to-hand combat type?
I did a lot of boxing. I did MMA.
Oh, okay.
All
Yeah.
sorts. Nice.
Hit the mat.
So
More boxing though.
so are you usually on the right-hand side of your client, or are you like leading the detail?
It all depends. There's different formations. There's a diamond formation.
Mhm.
You know, it depends. If I'm by myself, it depends on.
And for anybody listening, he might look like he's by himself. Trust me, he's not by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like there's never just one guy.
No, of course. I was just curious
it may
because
be
since
the
you're the boss, I didn't know if you were like the first one to be seen with client.
I don't like to be seen.
Yeah, of
Let's
course.
Go figure.
No, absolutely.
I'm usually the one that's behind.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a diamond formation, one in front,
Mhm.
left, right, one behind.
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm by myself, then I'm like right next to her or him, about a foot in front of the client.
Yeah.
Okay. So like she'll be like back here. I'm sort of like a little bit in front of her or him, so I can see what's coming.
Head on a swivel. Absolutely.
It's a mind game because
Yeah.
your attitude is that everybody's an enemy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
A threat.
very it's
Exhausting.
very
Setting.
it's very it screws with your head because you've got to see stuff. I'm not looking at stuff that's right in front of me. I'm looking at stuff that's coming. Look, I'm looking to see what doesn't fit in.
Yeah.
Who doesn't fit in?
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
why is he dressed like that in the summer? Why has he got a bomber on? Why is he? You know what I mean? Like you're looking to see like what doesn't make sense, but you've got to do it quickly. You know.
Now, is it
You've
hard
gotta
for
be able
you to?
process it.
Now, is it hard for you to? Well, as you scan with the client. Now, when you're off duty, now how does that translate into your everyday type of interaction?
He's the same. He's the same way.
You know,
Because how do you turn that off?
you know,
Like just going
We
to
went
Walmart
out-
or
hold
somewhere.
On, hold on, Ernest, before you continue. We went out one time, I think one time for your birthday, and it wasn't in a local area because you specifically said, "I want to get away."
Yeah.
And we went away to, it was a driving distance, but this mother wouldn't have fun. Like
Yeah.
I had to keep feeding him drink. Like, bro,
Yeah.
just drink, just chill, chill, because he sees
Yeah.
everything in a different light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
absolutely.
worried about me, and I'm like, bro, I'm just your boy tonight. Like,
Yeah.
let's just have fun. Let's chill.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just him. When I mean we went out, it was like all the security that I'm used to being around me was all with us that night. And I'm like, bro, let's just have fun. Let's just take some shots. We can go back and get a little closer to home after we have some fun. And he just don't know how to let loose sometimes.
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah,
it's not the life.
Yeah, it's you know what it sucks, especially when I come home initially from a long detail, whether it's a couple of days, and I get back to the house and I end up going to one of my local bars, you know, to work, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm just on a freaking different level, man. Like it takes me a good 24 hours, 48 hours just to settle back down.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't sleep right. You know, my kids will walk in, slam the door. I'm like, what? I'm like, you know, it's on.
Yep.
You know, and it takes me a little while to calm down.
You're on high alert.
But as Show says, yeah, like my everyday life is, I'm like I'm talking right now, and you see me. I'm always.
Yeah.
I'm always.
I'm
scanning.
looking behind you. I got you. Don't worry about it. E. I got you.
It's like when I saw my.
I'm always scanning. I'm always. It's
Mhm.
just.
Right.
It's just a safety thing. It doesn't
course.
bother me. It's not like it's over. It's not like it you know, consumes me, and I'm just like. But I'm just very aware.
Aware.
I just look at things that people don't. You know, I look at things a different way. You know,
For sure.
it's just the way I've been trained.
It's like when my brother was on the, well, he's still on the police force, but he's in St. Pete now. But he was NYPD, and I crossed paths with him while he was on patrol out in the Bronx, and it was like bumping into a whole different person when he was on duty. You know?
Oh
what I mean?
yeah.
Because it was like I'm used to
So,
my brother
like,
being loose. Yeah, he's just so on edge. You know,
Oh yeah.
the Bronx is very active, so he's watching everybody walk by him, and I'm like,
Oh,
yo,
yeah.
he's making me nervous,
yeah.
like, you know. And so I know what you mean. It's got to be to live like that. It could be
Yeah, it sucks.
challenging.
Sometimes it sucks. You know, it sucks. But
Now, did you choose that
But my
life,
kids
or did the life choose you?
Well, like he said, he wanted to do it. But go ahead, Ernest. I'll let you answer.
I definitely chose this life. I
Yeah.
chose this lifestyle. I chose what I wanted to do. I worked hard at it.
Yeah.
And
Many props.
I'm always working. There's times when I don't have to be working on that, but I'm like, I gotta go. Like, it's, to me, personal protection is a rush for me. I get a lot of excitement out of it. There's not a better feeling in the world when I complete a detail and it's over and everybody's safe. That to me is just like, yeah, you pulled it off. Like, everything's good. Yeah. It's rewarding. Protecting people is rewarding to me. It just comes natural to me. It's something I think I do pretty well. Considering the amount of people that
Hold on. See, this is when I'm gonna give you your props and your flowers, bro. It's not something you do pretty well. You are fucking amazing at it. And as somebody that's known you for, not even your friend, as a client, as a business partner at one point when B&E first started off. I've known you, Ernest, I've known you for almost over 25 years.
Yeah.
And,
Been a minute.
You are fucking amazing at your job. All jokes aside, no bullshit, no nothing. And I'm pretty sure everybody can hear the seriousness in my voice. Like, you are a fucking amazing person at your job. And if I ever needed a security detail for some reason, you're the first person I call. And there's been clubs and bars and everything. You know me, I've been like, yeah, all right, cool. You want me there? I can do that. Ernest is showing up, right? And what they used to say, nah, Ernest charges too much. Yeah, I'm not doing it. Ernest is not doing it. How many times have I done that, Ian?
A lot, man. A lot.
I won't do it.
And then I'd end up showing up. I'm like, damn it. I'm like, show up. But my other guys, no, I want to. I'm like, okay. But I appreciate that. I really do. I don't look for the pats on the back. Listen, I go about my business. I don't really talk about what I do.
Yeah.
With people, like, they see me checking IDs at the bar. They're like, oh, this is all you do? Yeah, that's all I do. Well, they didn't know, like, 24 hours before that, I was, in Miami or somewhere else. But it's just something that comes natural to me, and I don't look for pats on the back. It's just what I do, and it makes me, as a person, feel good doing it.
Good.
That's why I do it.
Who was one of your first people that you remember? Like one of your first details that you were like, damn, I got that.
My very first detail was, holy crap. It's Queen Latifah.
The Queen Latifah.
Yeah, just Queen Latifah. Nobody big. Nobody special.
Queen Latifah, Little Kim, right after that.
I remember you doing Kim too. I remember that for some reason.
Now, have you ever been hired by somebody who you later on found out was pretty sketchy? Like, oh, I met this nice guy, I'm checking, and then it's like, oh, dang, this guy's like with the Sinaloa cartel, and I didn't even know it, or something like that.
Oh yeah, well, you know what? But people think that you got a lot of people that hire bodyguards just because they want to be cool. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because they got the money.
Yep.
And yeah, I've
So everybody that you protected is not necessarily a celebrity.
No, not at all. I've protected what I'm taking on a lot now is couples going through divorces. Protecting wives that are going through a divorce who are getting threats from their ex-husband or their husband, and it's serious shit. I had a client once that called me. She goes, listen, I just want to, she lived in Alpine, loaded. She goes, I just want to go out with my friends, shopping, to dinner and home. I'm like, okay. She's like, my ex-husband stalks me. I just want a night of peace. So, what I did? Her and her friends went to the mall. I'm walking around carrying bags for her. They went out for dinner. I'm there, sitting there, drove her back home. They had a drink, and yeah, I get stuff like that a lot. But a lot of times I dish it off to my other guys at work. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it. But a lot of times I do take it on. So it's not just high-end clients or celebrities at all. I mean, I say it's like 50-50. Just everyday people that want protection for some reason or the other. Child custody cases, they're swapping the child to the father for pickup and having to drive with the mother to make sure, he doesn't kidnap. There's all kinds of crap. Yeah, without a doubt.
Now, do you work primarily as referrals, word of mouth, or how do your clients find you?
It's been all referrals, man.
Nice.
It's been all referrals. It's been it's not like I put an ad out,
Mm-hmm.
It's all referrals, and it's this person knows that person that knows that person, and that goes for celebrities too. You know, it's from referrals, and once your name is out there enough, then they're just calling you. You know, and I try really not to attach myself to any one celebrity. Like I would never be like a full time bodyguard. Screw that. You know, I am a freelance bodyguard.
Yeah.
Okay, because I go from person to person. You know, but I'm not going to be, you know,
I remember
hunkered down.
I remember that tour that you had that a person was on, and they wanted you for the whole entire tour. Remember you telling me
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
And
yeah. I was like,
you said
like,
no, give me the tour. What'd you say? Give me the
I
tour.
said no.
I'll pick and choose my dates that I want to be there.
Exactly, and that's what I do. They said, we have for the whole tour. I'm like, no. They said, well, certain shows. I said, yeah. I said, you give me the schedule. I said, I'll let you know which dates I commit, which dates I would commit to, and I signed a contract on that too.
Yeah.
Some clients maybe 6 shows, some maybe 10, some maybe 9, some maybe 3, some maybe in this Northeast. Like sometimes I do it to where it's like, you know, Philly, New York, Jersey, some of that's close, and I'll do those venues with them. But yeah, I'm not gonna be somebody's 24-hour security. Like I know those guys. I know Jay-Z's head of security. He just got no life. He's making about $1.2 million a year.
Yeah.
But he's got no life. If freaking Jay-Z wants to go to the diner and take a dump in the freaking toilet at 2 o'clock in the morning, you gotta fucking go with him. Like, wherever he goes, you go. Like, nah, like, no. There's no weekends off. There's no punching the clock. No, thank you. Nah, you gotta be able to shut it off. And that's why there's a high burnout in this industry. Guys, bodyguards don't last that are connected to one client for a long period of time. They don't last. You know, you'll see bodyguards that are with this one person for 2-3 years and they're gone. And you know what? You're replaceable. The client doesn't care.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. It's like any other job.
Next.
Literally like any other job. You burn
Yeah.
out, you drop dead, then they're gonna hire a guy tomorrow. Like it's just unfortunately how it goes in any type of industry it is.
I've lost a lot of friends in this a lot of bodyguards doing this job, and it's not like when a cop dies when it's a sea of blue.
Yeah.
Bodyguard dies, it's like he died doing what he chose to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've got to be a little twisted. Yeah. I tell people all the time. People ask me, even guys that work for me that are just bouncers and they want to go to the next level of getting into serious personal security. And I want to be a bodyguard. I'm like, okay. I said, they're like, when I got my gun permit, I'm like, okay, so that doesn't mean anything. I said, why do you want to be a bodyguard? Well, the money. I'm like, okay, I understand that. I just think it's something I could do. I'm like, and I asked him one question. I said, okay. I said, I want to ask you something. Are you willing to put your life, give your life for a stranger willingly? Are you willing to do that? Because I can tell you, the right answer would be hell no.
Yeah.
The normal answer would be no. Why would I do that? Yeah. Okay. So you've got to be a little. you got to be a little twisted to want to be a bodyguard, because it's not the glitz and glam what you see when we're on the red carpet and everybody's like, oh, look at, and nah, man. Like, are you willing to die for a stranger?
Yeah. So
and most of them look at me and they go, wow. I'm like, well, that's what it could come down to. Not saying that that's going to happen, but you've got to have that in the back of your head, like, hey, is this something I really want to do?
Now, did you have one of your clients like that you stayed with for a period of time? Let's say like a couple dates. Did they have you like come out with them at like 2 o'clock in the morning to get like a coffee or something, or go to the diner, or just random place like two
Oh
o'clock,
yeah,
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning?
Abs-
Just
absolutely,
really,
absolutely, yeah.
I would. I don't know why they try to have their normal lives being celebrities. Celebrities, I don't know. It's just totally different. I don't.
Well,
It's like Michael Jackson trying to get the shopping experience.
listen,
Right?
it depends on it depends on who the client is. Like, there's some big clients that have no market value as far as like paparazzis and crap like that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Just-
Ernest has been on TMZ plenty of times.
Nice. But have
You
you?
know that
You know a lot of the TMZ guys. Like, come on, Phil. You know to get out the way, man. Janice,
yeah,
come
I
on.
do. I'm like, yo, come on, not now, man. Come on, give me a break.
Like Mike, not right now, bro.
He does. That's the funny part.
Pretty much.
That's
Yeah,
that's crazy.
it's yeah, it's
It's a weird thing when celebrities want to be normal.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing on the other side of the coin. Do you know celebrity? Have you worked with celebrities or clients that didn't realize how famous they were yet, like early on of their like careers, or early on like I didn't know I was that famous to have like psychos like that, but
yeah, there's one in particular that was getting a lot of. I mean, she knew she was big, but she didn't realize like how big she was and how.
Just say her name. It's all right.
I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not gonna say it. But and I told her, I said, listen, I go, you've got this guy from Arizona, this one from freaking Tulsa, Oklahoma, that send you. She's like, I go, you're pretty big. I go, so you can't roll like you used to. I go, you've got to be careful.
like they just try to do regular normal stuff and just go to the store, like go to a Walmart
Yeah,
or
they
a
try. I
Target.
mean, and listen, some of them do.
Yeah.
Some of them do, because they can blend in.
Yeah.
Some of them can blend in. But then, like for instance, OBJ was like my biggest. My God,
How
that
does
guy
he
was
blend
such a
in?
freaking headache.
How does he blend
I
into
bet he was-
anything?
I can
He's gonna tell you. He's gonna tell you.
He was such a headache because he always. There was one time. All right, you remember that game when he had all the personal fouls against what's his name from Carolina? Remember when he was
Norman,
okay.
Josh Norman.
So, yeah, Josh Norman. So, so after that game, I'm sitting on my couch. My phone rings. I'm like, OBJ. I'm like, hello. He goes, what's up? I'm like, what's up? He goes, yo, we going out. I go, bro, you're not going out tonight. I said, you're not going out tonight. I go, you're all over ESPN. It's like, were you crazy? Because I want to go out. I'm like, I'm not taking you into the city. He goes, come on, I want to go to One Oak. I'm like, nah, dude, nah, man. Like, this is Sunday night. Like, no. I said, the last thing you need to be is out, like, the Dynasty game after you got freaking all these personal fouls thrown out. Like, no.
Yeah.
So I convinced him not
Brandon
to go to
Jacobs
freaking-
was like that too, right? Brandon Jacobs, I've
yeah.
seen a couple times because he just always wants.
Mhm.
But my bad, go ahead.
So I convinced him not to go to the city. So he said, where are we going to go? I said, we'll stay in Jersey. So I took him to this place on 17, I forget. I can't remember that place right now. So I pick him up at his house. He was like, where we going? I'm like, this pub 17. We're in one of those things.
Pub 17. Yeah, that's where it was.
Yeah. So we pull in there, right? Now, this is like 10 o'clock Sunday night. The game ended at 4. It was a day game. And I walk in, and this place is dead. He just wanted some drinks, eat some wings. He's with a buddy of his. And I walk up to the manager, and I said, listen, I have OBJ in the car. I said, wants to come in, have some drinks, eat some food. Do not post on social media that he's here. I go, if you do the right thing, he'll come back, and then he'll do a signing or whatever. He goes, yeah, all right, no problem. So the first thing I do when I get to any place a client is I jump on their social media. So I jumped on their Twitter, I jumped on their Facebook, I jumped on, and I'm sitting there, and he's eating, he's drinking this Henny, and he's eating, he's drinking, he's eating, drinking. I'm looking out in the parking lot, I'm seeing all these cars pulling in. I'm like, it's Sunday night, and it's car after car after car after car. I'm like, and I go to the social media, and the manager put up OBJ in the house. So I grabbed him. I said, "What did I tell you not to do? Not to put anything." I said, "Not to put anything on social media, right?" He said, "Yeah." I go, "That's exactly what he did." So we left. So I'm like, "All right, let's get out of here." Put him in a car. I said, "Taking you home." He goes, "I don't want to go home." I'm like, "Come on, man." So,
I don't
you know
wanna.
where we end up going? We
Strip
ended up going
club.
to the clubhouse in New City.
Wow.
Is that a
It's a local bar, club,
Local bar.
for us.
Yeah. But that was
Yeah.
a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah. And mind you,
But
Pub 17 was a spot that I used to DJ at also. But it was
Right.
popping on like Tuesdays and Thursdays because it was a college club
night.
crowd.
Mhm.
Yeah. So on a Sunday for OBJ to be there and it not be packed, it's okay. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, that's what Ernest is kind of alluding at. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I told him, I said, all right, listen, we're going here, chill out. Nobody recognized him. I remember I grabbed a baseball cap. Said, put this over your head, because that's when you have the freaking orange rooster. You know?
Mhm.
So he puts it on. We're sitting there. He's sitting there. We're watching TV. Nobody knows who it is. I'm like, damn, nobody recognizes him. Oh. So I'm like, yo, you ready to go now? He goes, yeah, I'm ready to go. All right. So we get up, we walk to the door, and he just had to do it. He turned around and he takes off his hat. He goes, OBJ in the house, motherfuckers. OBJ in the house. Everybody's like, oh my God. I'm like, I go, you fucking ass. I'm like, get in the car, stupid.
and mind you, I lived at the time, I probably lived about, 10 minutes away from it, Ernest?
You pulled up, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
And no, I didn't pull up. But this is how deep Ernest takes his job seriously. Ernest didn't even call me and be like, "Yo, I'll be at Clubhouse. I might, need help or whatever." Because, again, me and Ernest, our ties to certain communities and where we come from in Rockland County is different. So Ernest can call people, I can call people, and people will act accordingly. But Ernest also knows that if he needed me, I'll always be there. Ernest didn't call me. So if Ernest don't call me, Ernest was definitely trying to keep this on the low on some, I don't need nobody there. I just want this motherfucker to get home. I'm out of my bed right now because of him. So, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's and that's how serious he takes his job, and I always respect that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sheesh.
Definitely.
Who's
OBJ.
somebody? I mean, I know you just said the OBJ story, but who's somebody that, because I know. All right, let me rephrase the question. I know the Jersey Shore cast gave you a hard time at that signing in Jersey at one time.
Yeah, I was a pain in the ass. Yeah, Mike was
I remember.
situation.
If I remember correctly, I don't remember how you got the job or how you told me you got the job, but I remember you were
lost the
on
bet.
TMZ.
He lost
A
the
couple
bet.
times. You were on TMZ a couple times because of them, and they were
Right.
real pain in the asses.
Yep.
Um,
But it was good for business, though. I tell you that.
because
That was really
yes, but
We were on TMZ.
with-
Shit.
with people like that, like what Jay Antone said was, if you never realize that you're a celebrity, and those kids didn't realize they were celebrities at the time.
Mike knew. Situation knew.
Well, because he was a lot
See,
older
he
than them
knew.
too. Wasn't he like a lot older than
Yeah,
everyone else?
He was.
Yeah, he was, and he was also. When I protected him, he was at his peak. I mean, this was like
he was doing
This-
extra shit.
yeah, he was on Dance with the Stars. Like he was.
No. I mean, drug wise and alcohol wise. He was,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
man. He was on it. He was a mess.
Yeah.
He was a mess. There's pictures of me and him, and he's just like, I mean, he's fucking out of it. But you know, that's what
But
it is, man.
what would you say that was the biggest pain in your ass detail, or
That was
without?
pretty bad. Yeah, without violence or anything like that. Yes, that was hectic because he thought who he was, and
Mhm.
he was walking around like he was Frank Sinatra. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And he
Yep.
wasn't. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he was famous, but it was just like, dude, stay in your like, bro, like
Yeah.
you're at the Jersey Shore. Like, like he really ate it up. He ate that up, man.
Yeah.
He loved it. He
Mhm.
loved the fame and like and it's to the point where it's like you don't need a freaking bodyguard. Like you're just a
Just a
little
douchebag.
punk, whatever. Like, you know.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
for Jersey Shore, for them,
Well,
But,
all the drama equaled more success.
for
so,
them, yeah.
so
Well,
it's like one of those
absolutely.
things.
I unfortunately had a chance to meet every single one of them because I used to work in Atlantic City. That's where I'm from, is Atlantic City, and I have met all of them on many occasions, and I
Yep.
disliked every interaction that I've ever had with any of them.
Even what's his name? Paulie
Specific,
D.
I was just gonna say he was the worst in my
Aw,
opinion.
man, he
to
seems
me,
so chill, bro.
to me, dude.
But also, hasn't he been at your job, Tone?
Yeah.
He's been at your job before.
Uh-huh.
So
He was
he's
at
a
my
big
job.
asshole.
I've met him so many times. Like,
Yeah.
I worked in the casinos in Atlantic City, and he used to DJ at a lot of the clubs.
But I'm talking about your job
Yes.
now. I don't want to
Yes.
say the name
Yes.
unless they're paying.
Yes,
but yeah.
yes. I've met him. Yeah, at work at my current job too. So I definitely understand your criticism towards them because it's well deserved because they are.
Also,
douchebags.
I gotta say, I worked for Caroline Manzo from the Jersey Housewives.
Mm.
In
Didn't
the
you
very
work
beginning.
for?
And,
Didn't you do one of the not do?
Yep.
Before.
Love and
Didn't
hip
you
hop.
work? No, it wasn't Love and Hip Hop. The Mafia Wives. Weren't you with?
No, it was Jersey Housewives.
It was
and I
Jersey
was-
Housewives. Okay.
And I had Cardi B when she was on Love and Hip Hop.
Damn, OG
Meaning
Cardi.
I was her bodyguard. Yeah.
And
That's
and,
when she
uh,
was. That's when
and
she was in
Peter
the
Guns
Bronx.
as well. Like a couple
Yeah,
of
Peter
things.
Guns.
Peter Guns.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, what do you have any
Yeah.
like funny stories? Any weird like situations where you think back and you're like, "Yo, I'll tell you this one time, bro." Anything like that?
I'm not. Hey,
Yeah,
I asked about some, and you said you weren't going to name it. The funny story, I feel like you could name. The other person that I was talking about, I know you can't name, so we're gonna leave it at that. But
there's a lot of funny stories.
and I
out
swear
there.
to God, if one of the stories is about me, then we're gonna fight.
No, I mean, I could write a book, and I'm gonna one of these days. I swear.
I was
But,
gonna ask
I
that
told
too.
you how many times I told you we
I-
need to do a documentary about you.
I'm freaking gonna.
I'll shoot it.
But I'd say that's one client I had. I had to carry up like 6 flights of stairs because the person was so drunk. All right.
Was it over your shoulder,
And,
like a fireman carry?
Yeah.
He's not gonna tell you. who
Fireman
it is. He's not.
fireman carry, and we get up to the room, and I go to open the door, and I just hear
Oh my god.
All over your back.
all down my back, down down my pants, and I can't smell freaking throw up, man. Like, yeah, I'm a bitch like that. I smell throw up, I'm throwing up.
Yep.
too.
You brave,
So
but you
here
got
I
a
am.
weak stomach.
Here I am. I'm puking, and I'm carrying this person. I'm like, God damn it! You're paying for my new suit. You're paying for you didn't buy me a new suit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You gotta tell him how you tuck them in though. You gotta.
Yeah. No.
Did you just throw them in the shower? Or just like hose them off?
Pretty much
Oh my
get
god.
you show?
That's fine. This is how much I know you're my big brother. I love you.
That's funny. Yeah,
I
I mean,
know
looking back,
exactly
that's
that
funny.
story.
That's terrible to experience,
Oh
but
man.
to talk about it later
crying.
is funny.
That is funny.
Yeah.
I could
Oh,
not
man.
imagine.
Yeah, it was bad. There's been a few of those. There's been a few of
With
those.
the same client?
A couple of clients. One in particular she was habitual puker.
After the show, I'm gonna get some names.
Yeah, I got the picture of you right here with in Karma with one of the mafia wives, the chick that died, Big Ange.
Oh yes. Oh,
That's what I'm talking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. I did work for Big Ange, and Karma.
Which family were
that
they a
was
part of?
probably like six
Huh?
years ago.
Which
She
mafia
was
family
part
were
of
they?
the Colombo.
Mafia wives.
Colombo.
Yeah. She's part of the mafia.
Yeah.
Well, she had a big bar in Staten Island.
You know, the Colombo
called,
Mafia is supposedly
Drunken Monkey. Yep.
Drunken Monkey.
they're still one of the few
Yeah,
families that are still active too. The Colombo family.
Yeah. She passed. She had breast cancer, so
Couple
she
years ago.
passed.
Rest in peace, Big Ange.
But yeah, she was chill. You know.
I bet a mafia wife would probably be super fun to just talk bullshit with.
Yo, they're just funny, man. Those freaking Staten Island, they're just raw.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, motherfucker.
So I know the history, and again, we can go into this, but B&E Security stands for Bo and Ernest Security. Bo is a good friend of ours, but do you care to share Bo's lineage as far as his last name?
Yeah, Bullock. So his
Brian Bullock's Brian? No, Keith.
Brian,
Keith.
yeah.
Sorry. Keith.
Keith
Bullock from the NFL.
Played for
is
Tennessee,
actually-
didn't he?
His brother is Ernest's partner.
Oh,
Right.
Interesting. He played for what? Tennessee, right?
Yes.
Tennessee,
Tennessee
and then
Titans,
he
yeah.
played for.
He finished with the Giants. He had one season with the Giants.
Really? I don't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bullock,
he played. He's had one season with the Giants. And then he got hurt. But yeah, that was his final. He was like, "Yo, I want to come home and play." Yo, his season was pretty much, his career was pretty much over anyway.
Yeah.
But he wanted to
Play at
finish
home.
like as a Giant. Yeah, so he got his. That was pretty cool at the game with Bullock 53 on the back. That was pretty cool.
But Ernest is not going to tell you about his stint in his career with football and that big ass ring he carries all the time. See?
I can't see it.
And
I play a little football myself. Sure did.
Not football where you come from, because where were you born at?
I was born in Birmingham, England.
nice.
Very nice.
You know what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's crazy, isn't it?
I'm a Brit.
That's what's up.
Did you ever have a detail that you completely regretted?
Or maybe even just left halfway through, like, fuck this.
Yep. And I'll tell you who. Akon.
Oh yeah, that sounds
Really?
about right. Yeah, I was.
Really?
He's probably like pulling some
Walked-
fast ones on you and shit.
Walked out.
All right, now you got to spill the cheese, even if you said that.
Nah, that's all I'm saying.
Wow.
He was just rude. He was just rude, unappreciative, and I was like, "Yo, I'm not your freaking assistant. I'm your security. Like, go get me an orange soda. Go get fuck you. Go get
Was
yourself,
this when
like,
he used to chill in Jersey City, or this was out of town?
Yeah.
It was Jersey City.
He's
Yeah.
like,
See, I know
visitation
too
no
much about
longer
these
come
artists.
by.
I know too much about these artists, and it was probably the ring in Jersey City where Mike Tyson. Correct. See, I know too much about this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious, how I want to go back to your football career real quick. How far did that go? Is that NCAA ring you just showed us? Is that a NFL ring?
No, this is a semi-pro national championship ring.
Oh shit, nice.
So that's like minor league football.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yo, have y'all seen the surge of like new football leagues that are coming out right now? They've got the AFL, I think, American,
Oh yeah.
or the USAFL.
Yeah,
USFL
this
started
is
last year.
EFL.
Then they've got the Rocks
Yeah, that
League
was
now.
a while ago.
Oh.
That's tight, man.
Yep.
But Ernest used to get busy in his days.
Damn,
What
that's
position?
Ernest used to be a model too, but we're not gonna talk about that.
What position in football?
Joe, I'm gonna hang up. Outside linebacker.
Very
Okay,
nice.
I played strong safety, but we ran like a 3-4, so I was kind of like outside linebacker.
Okay.
So
All right.
JV football, you know where
Yeah,
it goes.
No,
JV.
Outside linebacker.
I never saw JV football. I just played varsity
Oh,
for
okay.
freshman year.
So, you know,
Outside
So
linebacker and defensive end is where I played. Sack machine, man.
Hand in the
Sack
dirt.
Machine.
Hand in the dirt, standing up.
Yeah. Yeah. Hand in the dirt.
Nice. I always
Yeah,
appreciate
hand in the dirt.
defensive ends like Michael Strahan or that he
Yeah.
he was like amazing.
I played center one
And-
time as a joke because my older brother was
That
a
would be
captain.
a joke.
My older brother was the captain of the varsity
You're a
team, and he
bucko
was the
5.
center. No, seriously, back then I was like 115. I swear to God, when my coach tapped me in and said, "Go play center," I'm like, "Nah." Nah, what are you doing? He's like, "Nah, go play center." Yo, when I got to the huddle, my quarterback, he's like, "Oh, where?" And then I tapped the center out, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" He's like, "What the?" Fuck? And I'm just like, "I don't know." But let me tell you something. That was probably one of the most fun moments I had on a football field, bro. I was holding my shit down. We were getting
Yeah.
physical. I'm smashing them with my helmet. Yo, it was fun.
Mm.
O lineman, and I never did D line, but that is a fun position to play.
Yeah.
D-line is great, man. I
Yeah.
love it.
That's the first time I know you get to hurt people and hit people and not get in trouble.
Yeah. I
That's
was
right.
I was a quarterback, so I was always
The one being hit.
yeah. So it was a different thing. Different animal.
So Ernest, if you can, and I know we're about to wrap this up in a little bit, but if you can, this is how quick an hour goes by, Mr.
Flies.
Frazier.
We got another detail to go to, man.
Oh boy.
If you can pick one or the other, and I'm gonna take it back to where we first started with this podcast, and I hope my
Yeah.
co-host understanding where I'm going. But if you could pick one or the other, being at a place like Mickey's Bouncer,
Yeah.
checking the IDs,
Yeah.
or being on detail on tour, what would you pick if they paid the same? Because your love for the, and while you're thinking, your love for the people, even when I go back to New York, I always check up on, hey, where you at? I'll pull up. I have a
Yeah.
drink and chill with you for a second. But I've also pulled up on you when you've been on tour and things like that. Your
Yeah.
mental is different, obviously, but what would be your first love if they paid the same?
Well, it's gonna be personal protection
Mm.
because that's just
Yeah.
it's gonna be personal protection because I just find it exciting. The bars are boring. Bars I'm like
You're just waiting to beat somebody's ass.
It's more social for me.
Right.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
It's more social. It's more fun. Personal protection, bodyguard work is straight up business, man.
Yeah.
It's just a different mindset. So I mean, I have more fun in the bars because it's not as serious.
Right.
Although it can be, and I've had situations where it's been freaking nuts. Don't get me wrong, but I think that
Shout out to
this
A1
day
and
and
A.
age, yeah, I think this day and age with the reputation and the company I've built, that the respect level and that we carry, knock on wood, we just don't run into a lot of problems like we used to back in the day. It's different now.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got a camera, everybody's like, cop callers, so things are a little bit different now. You can't do like what you did back in the day, it's different.
So I'm sorry I'm taking over kind of, but we had a guest on here by the name of LBJ.
Yeah.
And he's why you say it like that, Ernest? And he
I
said
said, yeah.
B&E security always, right, Tone? What did he say? B&E security always
Mm-hmm.
said he was banned from the bars and clubs.
Yep. That's
Kid
what he
was
said.
Not always. I mean, he was at one time, but he was let back in, and it was stuff that he did. He knows. I mean, come on. He knows. He knows why. He knows why. Like, this, that, this. He can.
He's like, it's
Stop
not even
being
me, it's my crew. I'm like,
That's what he said. Exactly. And Jay
So-
wasn't even a part of
Yeah.
that episode. He just
Yeah.
watched it.
Yeah, but
Jay
he's
had
like
a baby during that episode.
But he was like the maestro, man. He was
Mm.
he's the one that made everything go.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
He sit there chilling, but he was the one that made everything go. That's why I was like, you guys cut the snake off at the head, man. So, like, you ain't coming in here anymore. What do you mean?
My last question is actually, if you can have a client give you a call, what client is your client that you always wanted to work with, that you wanted to call, that you wanted to get a call from, that right now in just this point in your career
that you
haven't
haven't
worked
worked
with,
with, you mean?
that you haven't worked with, who is somebody
That I
that you
haven't
want to
worked
work
for?
with?
You know who that would be? That's crazy. But who's the old dude that was in Man on Fire with Denzel? The white dude. It's Christopher Walken.
Ah.
That dude. I don't know why, man, but like,
That's the dude from Click that
Yeah,
played.
yeah,
okay,
God,
yeah.
yeah, or the
Yo,
devil,
his
Angel
accent,
of Death.
It's his
Angel of Death.
accent. It's 100% his accent.
Wow,
I love
You
that
know,
accent. It's fucking wild.
Lucas.
let me tell you something.
that is so random. I did not expect that.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I
good.
think, yeah.
Well,
Now-
I mean,
Ernest,
I didn't know what I was expecting, but I knew I wasn't expecting that.
I'm a throw a curveball and then we can end it after this. Ernest, what's your favorite music to listen to?
I listen to everything, man. Hip hop, rock. Don't like country.
Mm,
But
Reggae.
you may but is
Calypso.
it easy to say that you mainly lean on the rock side sometimes more than other things?
No,
No?
it depends. I wouldn't say that. No,
No?
I do like old school rock. For that, yes, I do.
Everyone- yeah.
I do.
So-
Love it.
My
school rock.
question to you would be, being that I know that when you work out, that you do post very genres of music. But to me, it's always more rock than hip hop. Unless you feel in some
Yeah.
sort of way, then it's
Yeah,
like,
Guns N'
yeah, you about to
Roses.
go to war.
Yeah, some Guns N' Roses, some Metallica,
Correct.
Zeppelin,
See? So
sure.
if you had to pick your top 5 rappers, MCs of all time, dead or alive,
Top 5. All right.
coming from a bodyguard security
I wouldn't
detail
go-
perspective.
I want to go.
that's a tough one.
Gotta go with Biggie. 1, 2.
Not in no order. You could name any 5. It
All right.
doesn't have to be in order.
Eric Rakim,
Rakim?
Method Man. Yep.
3.
Biggie Smalls.
Oh, that's 3. Go ahead.
Tupac.
4.
Tupac and Kanye.
Nice.
Wow.
Ah,
Solid top 5.
Hmm.
Solid top 5.
Very nice.
And honorable mention would be Eminem.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Gotta get that honorable mention. Yeah, we've never got an honorable mention before. I like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, Biggie the Boss, thank you for joining us on Off the Record
My
Podcast.
pleasure.
Got the official show, Jay Just Chillin', Tone Deaf in Florida, Tony D. See you next week. See you.
Peace.